You are clearly a kid wearing shabby school uniforms, who can barely afford a meal, a country bumpkin transfer student. Yet you become the campus evil god. That terrifies the entire school. The school bullies who once ran rampant kneel and beg you for mercy. A group of school beauties chase after you crazily. Even the daughter of the richest man in the capital takes the initiative to come and be your personal secretary. All because I hold the ancestral supreme technique, the heaven-scorching art. Can you believe it? Wearing a faded, worn-out school uniform, a country transfer student, just as he steps into Jiangcheng No.1 High School, on the very first day, grabs the 3 school bullies blocking the classroom door, and rubs their faces against the wall. Others call him the campus evil god. He only sneers and says, "These bastards deserve to be taught a lesson." This young man before you is called Chu Feng. From a barren mountain village, he fights his way into the bustling city of Jiangcheng. Hidden on him is the village's heirloom supreme treasure, the heaven-scorching art. He comes with the heaven-scorching iron divine weapon. Today is the starting point of his heaven-defying counterattack. Chu Feng, carrying a shabby cloth bag, steps into the teaching building of Jiangcheng No.1 High School. His rustic outfit immediately draws laughter from the whole class. The leading school bully, Zhao Lei, brings 5 school thugs and directly blocks the hallway. He raises his hand to rob Chu Feng of his only living expenses. He also publicly mocks him. A country boy isn't worthy of being in the advanced class. If he were an ordinary transfer student, he would only bow his head and give in. But Chu Feng, in an instant, a fierce rage surges in his eyes. Before the other's fist can land, he grabs Zhao Lei's wrist with one hand. With a sudden twist, a crisp crack is heard. The school bully screams and kneels on the ground. The remaining henchmen swarm forward. Chu Feng does not move his feet an inch. He casually uses their own force to send them all flying into the wall. The whole process takes only 10 seconds. The arrogant school bully gang is completely wiped out. The whole class falls into dead silence. Su Qingyu, the top school beauty sitting in the front row, had initially joined others in despising Chu Feng's rustic appearance. After witnessing this one-sided crushing firsthand, her gaze completely changes. A shock she has never felt before arises deep in her heart. The dean of students rushes over upon hearing the news. Without asking the reason, he wants to expel Chu Feng. He favors the local wealthy and powerful Zhao Lei family. Zhao Lei's parents rush to the school. They declare they will break Chu Feng's limbs. Use their connections to completely drive him out of Jiangcheng. Facing the pressure of power and influence, Chu Feng is not flustered at all. Late at night, he directly reveals the power of the first level of the heaven-scorching art. He secretly goes to the underground game hall run by the Zhao family. A single burst of fire directly burns down all of their underground industries. The blaze sweeps through the entire commercial street. The Zhao family suffers losses of 10 million overnight. The next day, Zhao Lei's parents come to apologize humbly. Not only do they withdraw all complaints, but they also take the initiative to pay a huge compensation. Zhao Lei, who was previously arrogant and domineering, his legs tremble at the sight of Chu Feng. He bows in public and admits his mistake. School beauty Su Qingyu actively seeks out Chu Feng. Completely changing her previous contempt, she proactively offers to be his exclusive strategist, helping him manage all the interpersonal schemes in Jiangcheng. The scene of a beauty actively pursuing him stuns the entire school. A thug from the next class is unconvinced. He spreads rumors to slander Chu Feng. Su Qingyu counters by using her family connections. Within half a day, she makes the rumormonger give a public self-criticism in front of the whole school, completely shutting down all gossip and slander. Chu Feng becomes famous in the school after this battle. No one in the entire school dares to provoke this country transfer student anymore. The title Campus Evil God spreads throughout No.1 High School. But troubles come one after another. Behind Zhao Lei is Hu Ji, a low-level underworld boss in Jiangcheng. Hu Ji hears that his industries have been destroyed. He immediately brings over 30 thugs to ambush at the school's back gate, planning to surround and kill Chu Feng late at night. Chu Feng grips the heaven-scorching iron in his arms. Flames blaze in his eyes. Mere street thugs, just right for breaking through to the second level of the heaven-scorching art. His path of conquest in the underworld officially begins with this ambush. Hu Ji brings 30 knife-wielding thugs to block the school's back gate. Under the streetlights, a dense crowd of people gathers. They declare they will cripple Chu Feng, threatening to make him completely disappear from Jiangcheng. A group of thugs wildly charge forward, wielding steel pipes and machetes. Chu Feng does not dodge or evade. He activates the second level of the Heaven-Scorching Art. Pale golden flames ignite in his palm. The Heaven-Scorching Iron Divine Weapon in his hand emits scorching firelight. Any thug grazed by the flames falls to the ground in severe pain. Their weapons are all melted and deformed. Hu Jie sees his men falling one after another. He personally raises a cleaver and swings it towards Chu Feng's head. Chu Feng sidesteps to dodge. A single elbow strike hits Hu Jie's chest, directly breaking 3 ribs. He lifts the man with one hand and pins him against the wall, forcing him to reveal all the details of his underground businesses. Hu Jie is completely terrified. He kneels down and submits on the spot, voluntarily handing over all the bars, shops, and territories under his name, only begging Chu Feng to spare his life. Chu Feng takes the opportunity to accept all of Hu Jie's men, holding half of the underworld power in Jiangcheng. He transforms from an ordinary high school student to an underworld power holder overnight. Su Qingyu stays up all night organizing the accounts of all the territories. She precisely plans the profit channels for each industry, helping Chu Feng avoid all legal risks. Extremely thoughtful. 2 school beauties from the nearby art academy hear of Chu Feng's achievements. They take the initiative to come and show goodwill, vying for the chance to stay by Chu Feng's side. The famous scene of multiple beauties surrounding him directly maxes out the satisfaction. There is also a displeased rich second-generation student named Zhu Hao in the school. His father is the head of a second-rate family in Jiangcheng. Relying on his strong family background, he publicly insults Chu Feng's origins. He also publicly provokes Chu Feng to a competition of wealth and connections. Chu Feng can't be bothered to talk. That night, he mobilizes Hu Jie's men, completely cutting off the supply channels for Zhu Hao's family's stores. Su Qingyu simultaneously uses her family's business resources to comprehensively suppress the Zhu family's business. In just 3 days, the Zhu family's cash flow is on the verge of breaking. Zhu Hao's father personally brings his son to apologize, presenting $1 million in compensation. Zhu Hao bows and apologizes to Chu Feng in front of the entire school's teachers and students, completely erasing all previous disdain. Chu Feng uses the underworld industries to earn his first huge fortune. He uses the resources to continue cultivating the heaven-scorching art. His cultivation steadily improves. His physical strength far exceeds that of ordinary people. Ordinary knives cannot even scratch him. Some of Hu Jie's old subordinates harbor disloyal intentions, secretly colluding with underworld forces from other cities, wanting to take away Chu Feng's territory. Chu Feng learns of the plot in advance through his informants. He sets a fire trap, catching the traitors on the spot, using swift and severe methods to eliminate them. Seeing this, the remaining subordinates no longer dare to harbor any treacherous thoughts. All become completely loyal. Su Qingyu finds Chu Feng alone late at night. She openly expresses her feelings, willing to put aside all her pride as a rich heiress, to forever follow Chu Feng, to be his most reliable advisor by his side. Chu Feng calmly accepts her feelings. The two establish their bond, just as his influence is steadily expanding on both campus and underworld fronts. The top underworld overlord from another city, Black Fiend King, hears that a young power holder has emerged in Jiangcheng. Feeling that Chu Feng has stolen his profits, he mobilizes over 100 elite assassins to head to Jiangcheng, preparing to completely eliminate this rising evil god, Chu Feng. An even larger bloody battle is about to erupt. Black Fiend King, confident in his 20 years of deep involvement in the underground world, has 100 elite assassins under him, each battle-hardened. They surround Chu Feng's largest bar overnight, declaring that by dawn, they will take Chu Feng's head and divide up all the territories in Jiangcheng. Inside the bar, Chu Feng sits calmly in the main seat. Su Qingyu calmly arranges their personnel, designating ambush points, calculating Black Fiend King's attack routes with complete precision. 100 assassins rush into the bar in 3 waves. In the shadows, Hu Jie leads his men to intercept them head-on, but the gap in combat power is too great. His men are continuously injured. Chu Feng finally stands up. He activates the 3rd level of the Heaven-Scorching Art. Fierce flames surround his body. The Heaven-Scorching Iron transforms into a blazing flame blade. He alone charges into the crowd of assassins. Each swing of the flame blade heavily injures one of the elite assassins. He single-handedly sweeps through dozens of them, without a trace of panic or disarray, completely crushing enemies above his supposed level. Black Fiend King personally steps forward. His hand secretly holds a poisoned short blade. He strikes from behind, aiming for Chu Feng's back. Chu Feng seems to have eyes in the back of his head. He blocks with a backhanded flame, directly melting the poisoned blade. His heavy fist smashes into Black Fiend King's Dantian, crippling the hidden internal force he had painstakingly cultivated for years. The once invincible underworld overlord from another city kneels on the ground. His whole body is racked with the searing pain of fire. He begs miserably for mercy, willing to offer all his industries in other cities to bow down and submit. Chu Feng does not press for total annihilation. He absorbs all of Black Fiend King's forces. From then on, the underground industries of several cities along the Yangtze River are all controlled by Chu Feng, completely uniting the underworld of the entire region. No underworld force dares to oppose him anymore. Su Qingyu takes the opportunity to integrate cross-city industries, establishing a comprehensive intelligence network. Loyal informants are placed at all strongholds in various locations. Chu Feng can control information from 1,000 miles away without leaving his home. Many top-tier female bosses from surrounding cities hear about Chu Feng's combat power and influence. They come one after another to form alliances and show goodwill. Many female overlords straightforwardly express their admiration, only wishing to stay by Chu Feng's side and assist him. The satisfaction of the multiple female lead subplots is maxed out. All the high society circles in Jiangcheng who had previously looked down on Chu Feng's origins now actively send him invitations, eagerly vying to befriend this young power holder. The three old-school local business families had originally watched Chu Feng's rise with indifference. Thinking that underworld forces were not respectable, they secretly unite to suppress Chu Feng's physical stores, cutting off his cooperation channels. Chu Feng directly mobilizes underworld forces from across cities, completely blockading the logistics routes of the three families. Su Qingyu simultaneously operates in the stock market to short their companies. In just 5 days, the assets of the three major families shrink by more than half. On the verge of bankruptcy, the family heads swallow their pride and come to beg for peace, voluntarily offering shares and resources, promising never to be enemies with Chu Feng again. Just as Chu Feng thinks the situation in Jiangcheng is settled, and he can peacefully cultivate the heaven-scorching art, the ancient martial arts family hidden deep in Jiangcheng surfaces. These strong practitioners of ancient martial arts regard the secular underworld as mere ants. They believe Chu Feng has disrupted the order of Jiangcheng. They send their families inner sect experts to come, intending to suppress this campus evil god, the reclusive ancient martial arts Lin family in Jiangcheng, passing down martial arts for 100 years, has an inner sect disciple, Lin Feng, whose cultivation reaches the peak of Ming Jin. Arrogant due to his ancient martial arts status, he directly charges into No. 1 High School campus with 4 fellow disciples. Publicly blocking Chu Feng, they berate him for causing chaos with his underworld activities, claiming he is ruining the atmosphere of Jiangcheng, ordering Chu Feng to immediately dissolve all his underground forces, and to cripple his own cultivation as an apology. All the teachers and students around are watching. The Lin family declares harshly, if Chu Feng does not comply, they will break his limbs and drive him out of Jiangcheng. Lin Feng makes the first move. A fierce ancient martial arts palm wind flies straight at Chu Feng's face. Everyone thinks Chu Feng is surely dead. But unexpectedly, Chu Feng activates the heaven-scorching art to protect himself with flames. The opponent's palm wind instantly dissipates upon touching the flames. Chu Feng throws a backhanded punch. The blazing fist force directly makes Lin Feng spit blood, flying backward more than 10 meters away. The other for ancient martial arts disciples swarm forward. Chu Feng sweeps with the heaven-scorching iron. The flames burn their ancient martial arts true chi. The countering effect is fully displayed. The 4 disciples are successively defeated and fall to the ground. Not one can last 3 moves. Lin Feng is both shocked and furious. He cannot believe the strength of a country boy could crush orthodox ancient martial arts. He flees back to the Lin family to bring reinforcements. The head of the Lin family personally leads over a dozen core ancient martial arts experts, rushing to Chu Feng's industrial stronghold to demand an explanation. The Lin family head, confident in his Jin cultivation, believes he can easily handle Chu Feng. He publicly declares he will cripple Chu Feng. and take back all the underground industries in Jiangcheng. Chu Feng says nothing and directly starts the battle. The fourth level of the heaven-scorching art fully erupts. Flames envelop his entire body. The power of the heaven-scorching iron divine weapon skyrockets. He clashes head-on with the Lin family head. After 3 moves, the family head's true chi dissipates. His arm is burned by the flames, completely losing the ability to fight further. The entire Lin family falls into panic. The previously arrogant ancient martial arts disciples all lower their heads, not daring to look up. Chu Feng sets the rules. Ancient martial arts families must not arbitrarily interfere in secular affairs. If they use martial arts to bully ordinary people again, he will raze the Lin family mansion to the ground. To preserve their family's foundation, the Lin family voluntarily offers their treasured ancient martial arts texts and century-old herbs to exchange for Chu Feng's forgiveness. Su Qingyu takes inventory of the resources. All are used to support Chu Feng's cultivation. The heaven-scorching ART's breakthrough speed greatly increases. This matter spreads throughout all the reclusive ancient martial arts circles in Jiangcheng. The remaining ancient martial arts families no longer dare to underestimate Chu Feng. They send people with expensive gifts to show goodwill. Many daughters of ancient martial arts families visit proactively. Admiring Chu Feng's powerful strength and decisive nature, they proactively wish to follow him. A branch disciple of the Lin family nurses a grudge, secretly colluding with a more powerful first-rate ancient martial arts family from another city, wanting to join forces to take revenge on Chu Feng. They plan to set up a life-and-death arena, publicly challenge him in Jiangcheng. To eliminate Chu Feng under the guise of a martial arts competition, Su Qingyu intercepts the intelligence in advance, setting up multiple contingency plans. After learning this, Chu Feng does not back down at all. On the contrary, he publicly accepts the arena challenge. He wants to use this public competition to intimidate all the ancient martial arts forces across the nation, letting everyone remember the name of the Jiangcheng Evil God, Chu Feng, the cross-city first-rate ancient martial arts Jiang family. Their prodigy, Jiangchen, breaks through to the peak of Jin at only 20 years old. His talent is unparalleled among the younger generation. He brings dozens of family ancient martial arts experts to Jiangcheng, setting up a life-and-death arena visible via live broadcast across the city, declaring he will kill Chu Feng within 3 moves, to exalt the Jiang family's martial reputation. On the day of the competition, Jiangcheng's high society, major ancient martial arts families, and underworld forces all come to watch. After going up on stage, Jiangcheng constantly mocks Chu Feng as an unorthodox evil god, saying his martial arts foundation is shallow, and that he only relies on unorthodox firepower for opportunistic gains. His words are extremely insulting. The Jiang family disciples below follow along, jeering, confident that their family's prodigy will surely win. Chu Feng slowly steps onto the stage. His simple school uniform forms a stark contrast with the gorgeous ancient costume of the ancient martial arts prodigy. Many people below secretly break out in a cold sweat. Jiangchen first performs his family's top-tier ancient martial arts technique. Fierce true chi sweeps across the arena. His palm wind tears through the air, heading straight for Chu Feng's vital points. Chu Feng activates the 5th level of the heaven-scorching art. Flames form a defensive barrier, barely taking the opponent's full-powered strike without a scratch. Then he charges forward, holding the heaven-scorching iron. The flame blade swings out. Jiangchen blocks hastily. His weapon is instantly melted by the flames. Jiangchen is greatly shocked. He uses his family's trump card secret killing move, desperately counter-attacking. Chu Feng sees through all the flaws in his moves. A single flaming heavy fist smashes into the opponent's dantian, completely crippling Jiangchen's martial arts foundation that he had painstakingly cultivated for years. According to the life-and-death agreement of the arena, the loser is at the mercy of the winner. The Jiang family members kneel and beg for mercy, willing to use all their family assets to exchange for their prodigy's life. Chu Feng sneers and sets the rules. All ancient martial arts families must no longer use martial arts to bully the secular world. The Jiang family pays a huge amount of resources as compensation. They are forbidden from ever setting foot in Jiangcheng again. The live broadcast of this arena battle spreads to all surrounding cities. Chu Feng becomes a legend in one battle. No one in the ancient martial arts circle of the entire region dares to be his enemy anymore. Major ancient martial arts families compete to win him over, continuously sending cultivation resources, divine weapon materials, and rare pills. Chu Feng's cultivation skyrockets. His body and the heaven-scorching art break through simultaneously, stepping into the threshold of Hua Jin, truly entering the ranks of top-tier strong practitioners. Several stunningly beautiful daughters of ancient martial arts families take the opportunity to stay in Jiangcheng, often coming to accompany Chu Feng. Su Qingyu calmly manages all the relationships with his female admirers, helping Chu Feng handle various connections. There are never any scenes of jealousy or rivalry. The harmonious plot with multiple female leads maxes out the satisfaction throughout. The behind-the-scenes elders of the Jiang family refuse to let the matter rest. They secretly contact a top-tier domestic martial arts sect, seeking help from the sect's core elders, planning to use the sect's power to encircle and wipe out Chu Feng. The sect elder personally leads a team. Bringing the sect's treasured artifact, they rush to Jiangcheng, believing the sect's orthodox power can completely suppress Chu Feng's evil fire technique. The crisis of a new sect enemy suddenly descends. A domestic second-rate martial arts sect, the Azure Cloud Sect. Their lead elder, Elder Qin, reaches the mid-Hua Jin stage of cultivation. He holds the sect's inherited ice magical artifact, specifically designed to counter fire-type techniques. Hearing that their affiliated Jiang family was severely damaged by Chu Feng, he immediately leads over 20 core sect disciples to Jiangcheng, directly bursting into Chu Feng's villa, ordering Chu Feng to cripple his own heaven-scorching art, to hand over the heaven-scorching iron divine weapon, and follow them back to the sect for punishment. Elder Qin, confident that his ice artifact counters fire, his face full of disdain, directly stating that Chu Feng is cultivating an unorthodox evil god technique, not worthy of the limelight. Today, he will clean up the martial arts world on behalf of all practitioners. Over 20 sect disciples stand on both sides. Their oppressive aura fills the entire venue. Su Qingyu quickly mobilizes forces from various places to set up defenses on the perimeter. Chu Feng alone faces the sect elder and his group, without the slightest retreat. The battle is about to erupt. Elder Qin activates the ice artifact. A sky full of ice blades sweeps in. The low-temperature cold freezes the surrounding air. Ordinary flames are instantly suppressed. In this desperate situation, Chu Feng breaks through to the 6th level of the heaven-scorching art. The flames evolve into world-scorching golden flames. The golden flames' temperature skyrockets several times. Ice instantly melts upon touching the golden flames. All the ice blades dissipate. Chu Feng charges forward with the heaven-scorching iron. The golden flame blade cleaves through Elder Qin's ice defense, severely wounding the opponent's shoulder. Elder Qin is greatly shocked. He didn't expect the opponent's technique could evolve a second time. He activates his lifetime of cultivation to unleash the sect's strongest ice-killing move. Chu Feng's body is protected by golden flames. He withstands all the attacks. With a backhanded palm strike, he shatters the opponent's ice artifact. Flames invade the opponent's meridians, crippling more than half of Elder Qin's cultivation. Seeing this, over 20 sect disciples attack together. Chu Feng's golden flames sweep across the entire field. All of them instantly lose their combat ability, all kneeling on the ground. The Azure Cloud Sect group is completely despairing. The sect leader personally rushes to Jiangcheng overnight, putting aside all the sect's arrogant postures, offering the sect's entire collection of cultivation resources and high-level techniques, begging Chu Feng to spare the sect elders and disciples. Chu Feng takes the opportunity to form an alliance with the Azure Cloud Sect. The sect is placed under his command. All sect industries in various places are handed over to Su Qingyu to manage. From then on, he holds 3 massive forces: secular underworld, ancient martial arts families, and orthodox martial arts sects. Several talented female disciples of the Azure Cloud Sect voluntarily stay in Jiangcheng to follow Chu Feng in cultivation. Surrounded by beauties from all sides, his sphere of influence continues to expand. All martial arts forces in surrounding cities hear of the Azure Cloud Sect's submission. All voluntarily pledge allegiance. Chu Feng's name spreads throughout half of the country's martial arts world. In the distant capital, the top millennium-old martial arts Chu family learns of the rise of the young man Chu Feng who shares their surname. They secretly send people to investigate, unexpectedly discovering that Chu Feng is a branch bloodline that was lost outside the Chu family early on. The Chu family is divided into two factions internally. One faction wants to bring Chu Feng back to the family and give him top-tier resources. The other faction of direct line descendants fears Chu Feng's talent and influence, worried he will take away the family inheritance rights. They secretly send assassins to Jiangcheng to kill him. The fatal assassination crisis from the capital's top family thus arrives. The direct line of the 1,000-year-old Chu family in the capital, led by the young master Chu Hao, fears that the lost branch descendant Chu Feng is too talented. Once he returns, he will surely take his position as heir. They spare no expense, hiring over a dozen Hua Jin-level assassins to infiltrate Jiangcheng late at night, planning to attack the villa under the cover of darkness, to assassinate Chu Feng. Late at night, the assassins, with clear, surround the villa. Their assassination weapons are laced with deadly poison. They quietly break through the outer defenses of the underworld and sect forces, and sneak to the outside of the bedroom door. But Su Qingyu had laid down multiple intelligence lines in advance. She received the message the moment the assassins entered the city. Chu Feng is already waiting in the courtyard. The golden flame heaven-scorching iron is firmly gripped in his hand. The assassins swarm in for the attack. Chu Feng unleashes his world-scorching golden flames fully. The poisoned weapons instantly melt upon contact with the golden flames. The more than 10 Hua Jin assassins don't last 3 minutes. All are severely injured and fall to the ground, losing the ability to move. Chu Feng extracts the mastermind, Chu Hao, and all the internal conflicts of the Chu family from the surviving assassins. He learns all the internal conflicts of the Chu family in the capital. He immediately takes Su Qingyu and dozens of elite martial artists and sets off for the capital to personally settle accounts with the 1,000-year-old Chu family. Arriving at the gates of the Chu family mansion, Chu Hao blocks the entrance with his direct line followers. He insults Chu Feng, calling him a country bastard, unworthy of stepping through the Chu family gates. He mobilizes hundreds of family guards to try and drive Chu Feng and his group away. Chu Feng can't be bothered to talk. Golden flames sweep over the gate, easily defeating all the guards. He directly charges into the Chu family's main hall. The Chu family elders step forward to mediate. Chu Hao is still arrogant and domineering. He publicly declares he will eliminate Chu Feng to fight for the inheritance rights. Chu Feng publicly makes a martial arts bet with Chu Hao. The winner will control all of the Chu family's core resources. The loser will be permanently expelled from the Chu family. In the arena within the main hall, Chu Hao possesses the Chu family's orthodox top-tier techniques, and also has the family's treasure for protection. He believes he has victory assured. In just 5 moves, Chu Feng's golden flames suppress all of the opponent's techniques. The heaven-scorching iron shatters the protective treasure. A single palm strike severely injures Chu Hao, making him vomit blood, completely losing the battle for inheritance. All the elders see Chu Feng's terrifying strength and his broad vision. They unanimously nominate Chu Feng as the new heir of the Chu family, holding all the industries, martial arts resources, and capital connections of the millennium-old family. Chu Hao's direct line completely loses power. They are expelled from the Chu family. All their assets are taken under Chu Feng's control. The top families in the capital hear that Chu Feng has taken over the Chu family inheritance. They all come to make connections, competing to offer cooperative resources. Chu Feng officially steps into the nation's top high society circles. Several direct-line daughters of the Chu family admire Chu Feng. They voluntarily stay by his side to assist. Su Qingyu coordinates all the industries in both the capital and Jiangcheng. His sphere of influence spans across the north and south, just as Chu Feng is integrating the Chu family resources, and on the verge of breaking through to the 7th level of the heaven-scorching art, the ancient evil cultivation organization hidden in the world surfaces. They see Chu Feng's heaven-scorching evil fire as kin, but they want to forcibly plunder the origin of the heaven-scorching art. A great battle between good and evil is about to commence. The Blood Soul Sect, an evil cultivation organization hidden from the world for 100 years, relies on devouring the vital essence of living beings to cultivate their evil arts. They plunder the origins of various top-level techniques everywhere. Their spies find out that Chu Feng holds the top-level evil fire technique, the heaven-scorching art. The sect leader personally leads dozens of high-level evil cultivators, heading to the Chu family mansion in the capital, planning to forcibly abduct Chu Feng to seize the complete inheritance of the heaven-scorching art. The Blood Soul sect members are surrounded by foul blood evil energy. Ordinary people approaching will have their minds disturbed. The Chu family guards and Azure Cloud sect disciples are successively severely injured by the evil energy. The defensive line retreats step by step. The Blood Soul sect leader personally acts. A giant bloody hand grabs towards Chu Feng, wanting to extract the origin of the heaven-scorching art from his body. Chu Feng uses his world-scorching golden flames to counter the blood evil energy. The golden flames inherently counter foul evil power. The blood evil instantly melts away upon touching the golden flames. Dozens of high-level evil cultivators simultaneously activate the Blood Soul Grand Formation. Countless blood threads entangle Chu Feng's entire body, trying to restrict his movements. Chu Feng erupts with all his cultivation in the face of danger. The 7th level of the heaven-scorching art fully activated. Golden flames transform into a blazing domain, enveloping the entire Chu family hall. All the blood threads are completely burned away. The evil cultivation formation is directly shattered. Chu Feng charges into the evil cultivators with the heaven-scorching iron. The golden flames continuously burn and absorb the blood evil power within the evil cultivators. His own cultivation simultaneously surges. All the absorbed evil power is converted into nutrients for the heaven-scorching art. The Blood Soul sect leader sees his followers falling one after another. He uses his ultimate evil technique, sacrificing his own life force, transforming into a giant blood evil monster for a desperate counterattack. Chu Feng clashes head-on. The golden flame blade pierces through the core of the blood evil monster, completely killing the Blood Soul sect leader, wiping out the entire main force of the Blood Soul sect. The remaining evil cultivators flee in all directions. Chu Feng sends Chu family and Azure Cloud sect members to pursue them across the land. Within 3 days, all the Blood Soul sect branches across the nation are completely uprooted. The century-old evil cultivation organization is completely destroyed. After this battle, Chu Feng absorbs a vast amount of evil cultivator essence. The heaven-scorching art smoothly breaks through to the 8th level. His physical strength and flame power advance to a new level. From the Blood Soul sect strongholds, a large amount of ancient cultivation materials and lost techniques are found. Su Qingyu organizes and distributes them all to support Chu Feng's continuous cultivation. All the women of noble families abducted by the Blood Soul sect are rescued. Many of the rescued daughters of top families are grateful to Chu Feng for saving their lives. They willingly follow him. His team of female advisors and confidants continues to grow. The scattered evil cultivators remaining across the nation hear of the Blood Soul sect's destruction, no longer daring to show their faces and cause trouble. All evil forces in the world disappear. Chu Feng holds multiple forces: the underworld, ancient martial arts sects, and the millennium-old top family. Spanning both the north and south, he becomes the de facto #1 in both the martial arts and secular worlds within the country. But the world is not limited to mortal martial arts and evil cultivators. The ancient orthodox Immortal Sect, hidden in the deep mountains, detects the aura of Chu Feng's heaven-scorching evil fire. They believe his technique is, and that it will disrupt the balance of heaven and earth. They send the sect's enforcement elder to lead a team down the mountain, intending to seal away Chu Feng's heaven-scorching power. The chapter of the Immortal Mortal War officially begins. The orthodox clear mystery Immortal Sect, hidden in Kunlun, claims to be the orthodox force of heaven and earth. The sect's enforcement elder brings over 10 sect disciples. They arrive in the capital by controlling flying swords. Upon landing, they accuse Chu Feng of cultivating the evil technique, the heaven-scorching art, of harming living beings, demanding that he seal his own fire power, and follow them back to Kunlun to undergo a 1,000-year seal. The sect disciples activate orthodox immortal techniques. Sword Light and Immortal Thunder continuously bombard Chu Feng. The pure immortal power counters ordinary evil techniques. The surrounding Chu family and Azure Cloud sect members are all suppressed by the immortal techniques. Unable to step forward to help, The Enforcement Elder unleashes the sect's sealing formation. Golden chains wrap around Chu Feng's limbs, trying to forcibly imprison the heaven-scorching origin within his body. In this desperate situation, Chu Feng fully releases all the potential of the heaven-scorching art. The peak 8th level world-scorching golden flames shoot up into the sky. The golden flames possess dual attributes of destruction and purification, able to burn evil forces, and also purify the world's filth. The immortal sealing chains instantly melt upon touching the golden flames. All the immortal sword light and thunder are devoured and dissipated by the flames. Chu Feng breaks through the sealing formation. The heaven-scorching iron merges with the golden flames to form a giant flaming blade. He clashes head-on with the Enforcement Elder's immortal techniques. In 3 moves, he shatters the opponent's protective immortal armor. The Elder's immortal power is mostly depleted, unable to suppress Chu Feng anymore. Over 10 sect disciples jointly form an orthodox immortal array. Chu Feng spreads his flame domain. The immortal array instantly collapses. All the disciples lose their combat ability. The Enforcement Elder is unwilling to accept defeat. He questions how Chu Feng's evil technique could withstand orthodox immortal law. Chu Feng publicly reveals the truth. The heaven-scorching art is not an evil technique that kills indiscriminately. My ancestors created it to slay the world's evil forces. People only judge good and evil superficially based on the appearance of flames. The Blood Soul sect's technique of devouring living beings is the true evil. The Elder verifies the truth of the Blood Soul sect's destruction. He witnesses with his own eyes Chu Feng protecting the people of the world. Finally letting go of his prejudice, he proactively sends a message to the Immortal Sect, clarifying that Chu Feng is not an evil demon. The clear mystery Immortal Sect leader personally descends from the mountain to visit Chu Feng, voluntarily offering the sect's 1000-year spirit materials and high-level immortal technique texts, hoping to form an immortal-mortal alliance with Chu Feng. Exchanging cultivation resources, several exceptionally talented female disciples of the Immortal Sect admire Chu Feng's strength and vision. They voluntarily descend the mountain and stay by Chu Feng's side. The lineup of female leads gains another top-tier beauty and combatant. After the Immortal-Mortal alliance, Chu Feng gains access to knowledge of the immortal cultivation level. He learns that higher realms exist in the world, and that the heaven-scorching art has a final 9th level of perfection yet to be broken through. But ancient texts of the Immortal Sect record that the far north seals the remnant soul of the world-destroying evil god from 10,000 years ago. The remnant soul senses the same origin as Chu Feng's heaven-scorching power. It breaks through the seal and awakens, summoning countless demonic creatures, planning to devour Chu Feng's heaven-scorching origin, to seize the power to control the world. A world-destroying crisis descends upon the mortal world. The 10,000-year seal in the far north is broken. The remnant soul of the world-destroying evil god awakens. It controls tens of thousands of ferocious demonic creatures to sweep across the entire northern land. Countless towns are destroyed by the demonic horde. The people are left homeless and displaced. The clear mystery Immortal Sect's defense line falls back step by step, completely unable to withstand the wave of demonic creatures. The evil god's remnant soul senses the same origin of the heaven-scorching bloodline through the demonic creatures. It declares it will capture Chu Feng alive, devour the origin of the heaven-scorching art, reconstruct a complete body and destroy the mortal world. Chu Feng immediately integrates all his forces. The Chu family martial arts elites, Azure Cloud sect disciples, Immortal Sect cultivators, and underworld guards from various places form a united army. Su Qingyu coordinates all logistics, intelligence, and tactical planning. Dividing multiple marching routes, all forces head to the far northern battlefield to resist the demonic invasion. Arriving at the northern border, the demonic army charges in overwhelming numbers. Ordinary martial artists and immortal cultivators find it hard to resist the demonic foul aura. Casualties keep occurring. Chu Feng takes the lead. His world-scorching golden flames sweep across the battlefield. The golden flames naturally purify the demonic foul aura. Wherever they pass, the demonic creatures are burned and destroyed. He alone holds back the charge of tens of thousands of demonic creatures, opening a safe frontline for the allied forces. After successively clearing several waves of demonic main forces, Chu Feng ventures alone deep into the frozen abyss of the far north. facing the true body of the world-destroying evil god's remnant soul. The remnant soul transforms into a giant black mist demonic shadow. Releasing 10,000 years of accumulated world-destroying foul aura, the entire abyss space shakes. The demonic shadow casually unleashes a torrent of foul aura, capable of corroding immortal techniques and destroying martial arts bodies. Chu Feng activates the peak 8th level heaven-scorching art. The golden flames form a complete heaven-scorching war god manifestation. He wields the heaven-scorching iron divine weapon in a deadly battle against the evil god's remnant soul. The remnant soul continuously heals its wounds using the 10,000-year foul aura. The battle lasts for 100 rounds. Chu Feng gradually falls into a disadvantage. At the critical moment, Su Qingyu leads the allied elites into the abyss. Immortal techniques, ancient martial arts, and golden flames coordinate as one, temporarily restraining the evil god's remnant soul's attacks. Seizing the gap created by the allied forces, he has an epiphany on the final perfect level of the heaven-scorching art. He breaks through to the 9th level of perfection in the midst of battle. The world-scorching golden flames evolve into chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire. The flames possess the triple powers of purification, destruction, and creation. Foul aura instantly turns to nothing upon touching the divine fire. Chaotic divine fire envelops the heaven-scorching iron. A single strike pierces through the core black mist of the evil god's remnant soul, severely wounding the world-destroying remnant soul. The remnant soul flees in panic and hides in the deepest part of the abyss. Relying on its remaining power, it constructs an ultimate demonic formation, preparing to unleash a world-destroying ultimate move to perish together. Chu Feng regroups the allied forces. They rest and gather strength, preparing to enter the core of the demonic formation, to completely end the 10,000-year threat of the evil god. At the bottom of the far northern abyss, the world-destroying evil god's remnant soul constructs a giant world-destroying demonic formation. The formation is filled with 10,000-year accumulated destructive foul aura. Those who step into the formation will have their minds eroded by the foul aura, becoming demonic puppets. Several clear mystery immortal sect cultivators accidentally enter the formation, instantly losing their reason. They turn and attack their own allied forces. Su Qingyu quickly deduces the operating rules of the demonic formation, finding 3 weaknesses of the formation's cause. Planning a precise route to break the formation, Chu Feng alone carries the chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire, charging into the perilous interior of the demonic formation. Countless foul aura puppet demonic creatures block his path. The chaotic divine fire burns and purifies everything along the way. Any foul aura puppet instantly regains its senses upon touching the flames, no longer controlled. Arriving at the first formation core, the evil god's remnant soul splits off 3 foul aura avatars to surround Chu Feng. The avatars possess 30% of the main body's combat power. With the formation's boost, their attacks are fierce. Chu Feng circulates divine fire throughout his body. He sweeps with the heaven-scorching iron. Within 3 moves, he shatters all the foul aura avatars, burning down the first formation core. The demonic formation's power directly weakens by 30%. The second formation core hides a 10,000-year demonic artifact. The artifact releases suction, trying to extract the heaven-scorching origin from Chu Feng's body. Chu Feng wraps himself in chaotic divine fire. He counterburns the demonic artifact, melting the 10,000-year demonic artifact into ashes, taking the opportunity to destroy the second formation core. The demonic formation's operation becomes completely chaotic. The evil god's remnant soul main body appears in person to block him. Using all its origin foul aura, it unleashes a world-destroying strike. Cracks appear in the entire abyss space. Chu Feng burns part of his own cultivation to activate the divine fire's strongest killing move. The chaotic flame river meets the world-destroying foul aura torrent head-on. The collision of these 2 terrifying forces produces a massive explosion. Large sections of the abyss walls collapse. Taking advantage of the evil god's remnant soul being weakened by its damaged origin, Chu Feng attacks the third core formation core. Chaotic divine fire is poured into the formation core's foundation, completely dismantling the entire world-destroying demonic formation. The evil god's remnant soul, having lost the formation's boost, has its power plummet by more than half. It can no longer control the demonic army. The remaining demonic creatures, having lost their foul aura supply, all turn to ash and dissipate. The evil god's remnant soul refuses to accept defeat. It flees to the deepest underground of the abyss, relying on its remaining origin to sleep and recover, declaring it will return after 1,000 years. Chu Feng knows the remnant soul's origin is not destroyed. He leaves Chu family and Immortal Sect elites to permanently guard the far northern abyss, constructing a divine fire sealing barrier, completely isolating the remnant soul's external connections, preventing demonic creatures from appearing again. After pacifying the world-destroying crisis in the far north, Chu Feng's name resounds through both the mortal and immortal sect realms. All major families, martial arts sects, and immortal sects in the mortal world regard him as their leader. The entire world's order is under Chu Feng's control. But while the mortal world is stable, Chu Feng unexpectedly learns that his parents' deaths were not accidental, but they were secretly harmed by a top reclusive family in his early years. The long-buried main revenge storyline of his origins officially begins. After pacifying the world-destroying crisis in the far north, Chu Feng accidentally finds clues in the Chu family's ancient texts. Learning that he had been lost in a mountain village as a child, that his parents' deaths were not accidental at all. 20 years ago, 3 top reclusive families feared that Chu Feng's parents possessed the complete heaven-scorching art inheritance. They joined forces to set up a conspiracy, secretly intercepting and killing them, taking away the incomplete heaven-scorching art manuscript. Only the young Chu Feng was fortunately rescued by villagers. Chu Feng is filled with rage. He immediately orders Su Qingyu to mobilize the National Intelligence Network to dig deep for all clues regarding the 3 reclusive families involved in the interception. All the assassins and masterminds involved back then are investigated and recorded one by one. A complete list of enemies is quickly compiled. The first family, a second-rate reclusive family that took action back then. Now, they have grown by relying on the incomplete heaven-scorching art manuscript they stole. Hearing that Chu Feng is investigating the old matter, they immediately mobilize hundreds of their family's martial arts experts, trying to strike first and ambush Chu Feng's stronghold. Chu Feng does not bring a large army. He goes alone to the family's mansion. Once the chaotic divine fire is activated, none of the family's martial arts experts can even get close to him. In just a quarter of an hour, he defeats all the family's combatants. The family head kneels and hands over the evidence of their past crimes. Chu Feng settles accounts with all the family members involved in the interception. He cripples their cultivation and exiles them from the family, taking back the incomplete heaven-scorching art manuscript. The second family, a medium-sized reclusive ancient martial arts family. Back then, they were responsible for setting the trap to corner Chu Feng's parents. Knowing they are no match, they try to unite several surrounding families to form a coalition against him. Chu Feng mobilizes 3 armies, the Chu family, the Azure Cloud Sect, and the Clear Mystery Immortal Sect, to surround their territory. Su Qingyu cuts off all their resources and connections, cutting off all external support. In just 2 days, the coalition of families falls apart. The family head hands over evidence of the mastermind behind the scenes, accepting his punishment. All the direct line members involved in the killing have their martial arts foundations destroyed. They are forbidden from cultivating forever. After settling accounts with the 2 families, only the mastermind behind the entire scheme remains. The top reclusive Shenyang family. The family head's cultivation reaches the half-step immortal realm. He holds the ancient Shenyang supreme treasure. Relying on his immense strength, he is not afraid of Chu Feng at all, declaring that they could kill his parents 20 years ago, and today they can still eliminate Chu Feng. The Shenyang family sets up multiple layers of immortal martial arts defensive formations in advance, gathering dozens of half-step immortal realm strong experts to guard their mountain gate, declaring that if Chu Feng dares to come for revenge, they will make him follow his parents' fate. Chu Feng integrates the allied forces of the Immortal Sect and martial arts world. He leads his team of female advisors and top strong experts to the Shenyang family's mountain gate. 20 years of blood feud will be settled by his own hands today. The Shenyang family's immortal martial arts grand formation is fully activated. Dozens of half-step immortal realm experts stand within the formation. The family head, holding the ancient Shenyang supreme treasure, stands at the center of the formation core. The sun immortal light around him sweeps in all directions, declaring he will eliminate Chu Feng, completely cut off the heaven-scorching art inheritance. To commemorate the incomplete technique they had seized back then, the Allied forces launched the first attack. Immortal techniques and ancient martial arts simultaneously bombard the formation. But they are all blocked by the sunlight of the Xianyang treasure. Several top Allied strong experts are burned by the sunlight. The attack is halted. The Xianyang family disciples take the opportunity to rush out of the formation and counterattack. The battlefield situation instantly falls into a disadvantage. Chu Feng flies into the core of the formation. He fully releases the chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire. The black and gold interwoven divine fire covers the entire mountain gate. The sun immortal light continuously melts upon touching the divine fire. The Xianyang treasure's light continues to dim. Dozens of half-step immortal realm experts collectively surround Chu Feng. Chu Feng spreads his divine fire domain. He single-handedly holds back all the strong enemies. Each swing of the heaven-scorching iron severely injures a half-step immortal realm cultivator. No one can hold him back for more than 10 moves. A short while later, all the half-step immortal realm guards are severely injured and fall to the ground. Only the Xianyang family head is left confronting Chu Feng. The family head activates the treasure and burns his own cultivation, transforming into a giant sun god form, unleashing the strongest immortal killing move of his life. The entire world is covered by the red light of the sun. The temperature rises to its extreme. Chu Feng activates the full power of the 9th level perfection of the heaven-scorching art. The chaotic divine fire condenses into the true body of the heaven-scorching war god, facing the giant sun god in a deadly battle. The two ultimate fire powers collide. More than half of the buildings in the Xianyang family mansion collapse and are destroyed. After 300 rounds of fierce battle, Chu Feng seizes the floor of the opponent's treasure power being exhausted. The chaotic divine fire blade pierces the core of the giant sun god, severely wounding the Xianyang family head's physical body and immortal origin. The family head loses all ability to resist, collapsing to the ground, finally revealing the complete truth of what happened back then. Back then, we coveted the complete heaven-scorching art. We joined with 2 other families to intercept and kill Chu Feng's parents, to seize the incomplete technique manuscript. Afterwards, we deliberately covered up all the clues, making the whole thing look like an accident. The 20-year blood feud laid before his eyes. Chu Feng shows no mercy. He uses the divine fire to purify the opponent's entire cultivation, crippling all his reliance. He settles accounts with all the direct line members who participated in the interception and killing of his parents, taking back the stolen fragments of the heaven-scorching art. The complete heaven-scorching art inheritance returns to Chu Feng's hands. Revenge is finally achieved. Chu Feng stands on the ruins of the Xianyang family's mountain gate. The long-suppressed knot in his heart is finally untied. Su Qingyu comforts Chu Feng. She integrates the massive cultivation resources and ancient treasures left behind by the Xianyang family, distributing them to all his followers and female confidants. All enemies in the mortal world are completely settled. The secular world, martial arts, and immortal sect are all unified under Chu Feng's command. Order is stable and peaceful. But the ancient texts of the clear mystery immortal sect record that the immortal realm above the 9 heavens has detected the aura of the chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire in the mortal world. They send immortal realm envoys to descend, wanting to summon Chu Feng to ascend to the immortal realm. A brand new immortal realm chapter begins. The 9 Heavens Immortal Realm dispatches 2 golden immortal envoys, riding clouds down to the mortal world. They immediately exude the pressure of the immortal realm upon landing. They inform Chu Feng that the chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire is a top-tier inheritance power of the immortal realm. The immortal realm emperor orders Chu Feng to immediately ascend to the immortal realm, to abandon all his forces, family, friends, and lovers in the mortal world, and go to serve the immortal realm. If he refuses to comply, they will use immortal realm power to erase the heaven-scorching fire seed in the mortal world. The golden immortal envoys, holding their immortal realm status, act arrogantly. Their words belittle all living beings in the mortal world, stating directly that mortal martial arts and immortal sects are mere ants. The clear mystery immortal sect leader and Chu family elders step forward to argue. They are instantly pushed back by the immortal realm pressure, completely unable to rebut. Su Qingyu stands by Chu Feng's side. She calmly analyzes the hidden dangers behind the immortal realm's summons. If you ascend, the mortal world will lose your deterrence. The evil god remnant soul in the far north abyss and the remaining evil forces will surely return. All your family, friends, and subordinates will fall into danger. Chu Feng refuses the immortal realm's summons on the spot, stating that his roots are in the mortal world, that his family, brothers, lovers, and the countless people are his bonds. He will never abandon everything and ascend alone. The two golden immortal envoys are furious. They cast golden immortal techniques. Golden immortal clouds cover the entire world, trying to forcibly bind Chu Feng and drag him back to the immortal realm. Chu Feng activates the 9th level perfection of the chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire. The divine fire breaks through the golden immortal cloud's confinement. The heaven-scorching iron transforms into a 10,000 jong flaming blade. He clashes head-on with the combined attacks of the two golden immortal envoys. The golden immortal's power appears strong, but is continuously devoured by the chaotic divine fire. Their proud immortal realm protective treasures instantly melt and are destroyed upon touching the divine fire. After dozens of exchanges, the two golden immortal envoys are successively severely wounded by the divine fire. Their immortal origin is mostly depleted. Unable to suppress Chu Feng anymore, they finally realize that the young man before them has power sufficient to contend with immortal realm golden immortals. The envoys no longer dare to force him. They send a message back to the immortal realm to report to the emperor, waiting for further instructions from the immortal realm. Taking advantage of the time while the immortal realm awaits a reply, Chu Feng integrates all forces in the mortal world. He establishes a complete set of world order rules. Ancient martial arts, immortal sects, and the secular world coexist peacefully. Bullying is prohibited. Permanent divine fire seal guards are stationed at the far north abyss to prevent any world-destroying disasters. All families and sects are forbidden from fighting privately. All disputes are to be adjudicated by Chu Feng. The common people live in peace and prosperity. All underworld industries are transformed into legitimate businesses, no longer touching grey area transactions. Su Qingyu assists Chu Feng throughout the process in perfecting the rules, balancing the interests of all parties. All major families, immortal sects, and martial arts sects sign in agreement. The entire mortal world ushers in an unprecedented era of peace and prosperity. The people live and work in peace. No more large-scale wars or demonic disasters. A few days later, the Immortal Realm Emperor issues a decree, no longer forcibly summoning Chu Feng to ascend, acknowledging Chu Feng's status as the ruler of the mortal world. The immortal realm and the mortal world draw boundaries and do not interfere with each other. If the immortal realm faces danger, they can seek help from each other. The immortal realm must not interfere in mortal affairs. The two golden immortal envoys return to the 9 heavens with the decree. The mortal world is completely under the control of Chu Feng alone. At this moment, unusual movements come from the far north abyss. The long-dormant world-destroying evil god's remnant soul has accumulated enough origin power. It breaks through the divine fire seal, launching the final world-destroying decisive battle. The ultimate climax battle of the entire book arrives. The long-dormant world-destroying evil god's remnant soul absorbs the 10,000-year foul aura from the abyss floor, fully restoring its complete origin, breaking through the divine fire seal left by Chu Feng. Countless new demonic creatures surge out of the abyss, sweeping across the entire northern land. Foul aura blots out the sky and sun. The sun and moon lose their light. The evil god's complete demonic form hovers high in the far northern sky, declaring that today, it will destroy the entire mortal world, devour Chu Feng's chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire, and become the sole ruler of heaven and earth. This is the final battle of the entire book. All combat forces of the mortal world gather. The life-or-death duel between Chu Feng and the world-destroying evil god is about to determine the survival of the world. Chu Feng receives an urgent report. He immediately summons all his combat forces. The Chu family martial arts elites, Azure Cloud Sect ancient martial artists, Clear Mystery Immortal Sect cultivators, and secular guards from various places. All his female confidants and top strong experts head to the far northern battlefield. Su Qingyu takes command at the central military camp, overseeing the entire situation. She divides multiple defense lines to block the wave of demonic creatures, protecting the evacuation of ordinary civilians behind the lines. The evil god controls billions of demonic creatures to continuously assault the allied defense lines. Foul aura erodes the minds of countless cultivators. People keep losing control and falling. The battlefield situation is precarious. Chu Feng rises into the air. Chaotic heaven-scorching divine fire sweeps across the entire far northern sky. The divine fire purifies the sky full of foul aura. Demonic creatures instantly perish upon touching the flames. He single-handedly holds back the majority of the demonic army, giving the allied forces time to rest and regroup. After dealing with the demonic wave, Chu Feng flies alone into the sky, facing the complete origin world-destroying evil god. The evil god unleashes its 10,000-year world-destroying technique. Endless black fog and foul aura form giant demonic hands and blades, attacking Chu Feng from all directions. Space continuously shatters. The entire northern land collapses and cracks. Chu Feng fully activates the perfect level of the heaven-scorching art. The chaotic divine fire transforms into the true body of the heaven-scorching war god. He wields the heaven-scorching iron in a deadly battle against the evil god. The two ultimate powers collide. Heaven and earth continuously tremble. The battle continues for over 1,000 rounds without a winner. During the battle, Chu Feng realizes the ultimate meaning of the heaven-scorching art. The divine fire is not only for destruction. It can also protect the countless living beings of the world. With the thought of protecting his family, friends, and the people, the divine fire's power surges once more. The war god manifestation size increases 100-fold, condensing the power of the protective faith of all living beings in the world. Unleashing the ultimate heaven-scorching strike. A golden chaotic flaming river pierces through the evil god's complete demonic body, destroying the evil god's origin core. The world-destroying evil god lets out a miserable howl. Its 10,000-year origin completely dissipates. All the foul aura and demonic creatures in the world turn into nothingness. The far north abyss is permanently sealed by the divine fire. No more disasters will emerge. All the allied forces on the battlefield cheer joyfully. The greatest crisis of the mortal world is completely pacified. After the war, Chu Feng returns to Jiangcheng. He integrates all the forces of the world, completely abolishing all grey area conflicts. The secular world, ancient martial arts, and immortal sect coexist harmoniously. The people live in peace and prosperity. Cities everywhere are prosperous and thriving. Su Qingyu remains his most reliable exclusive strategist. All his female confidants who admire him stay by his side, getting along harmoniously with each other. No conflicts or estrangements. Chu Feng holds the power of the world. Surrounded by beauties, his brothers and subordinates all live in peace and prosperity, achieving the ultimate counterattack from a poor country boy to the ruler of the mortal world. Years later, the cherry blossoms bloom at Jiangcheng No.1 High School. Chu Feng returns to the campus with Su Qingyu and his companions. Those who mocked and oppressed him back then are now far beyond his reach. The former campus evil god is now the ruler guarding the entire world. Chu Feng has protected the prosperous era of the mortal world. He has protected all the people he cares about. From a country transfer student in shabby school uniforms, step by step, he took control of the entire world. All hatred has been settled. All bonds are perfectly kept. No regrets. No farewells. The evil god legend of Chu Feng comes to a permanent close.